Hey vinyl community, welcome back to my channel. I have an update video for you this time. Had an opportunity to get out this past weekend to do some digging. I took Friday off as a holiday to give myself a little extra long weekend. I had the home to myself for the weekend as my wife and daughters were away. So was able to go out on Friday, found one record Friday, and went back out again on Sunday and found another 5. So I've got a total of 6 records all together here to show you. I hope this finds you well. Haven't listened to any of these but the very first one, and I'm starting off with Triangle by the Brawls. Found a really nice copy of this. It's an original Canadian mono pressing from 1967. This is my first Brawls record. This was their 4th release, as I say, 1967. This was the release before Bradley's Barn, which was their 5th and maybe their biggest or best known album. As I say, this is my first of theirs. It's kind of folky-ish, country-ish, sort of some little hints of psych here and there, but I was actually pleasantly surprised by this. Again, original mono pressing Canadian, and as you can see from the jacket, it's just in excellent shape. This is on the all blue Warner Brother label, and the disc is in excellent condition. So very happy to find that. In the last few days, maybe week or so, I've been on a kick of this guy. I included him in a recent video that I did, and this is, I believe it's pronounced Hergest Ridge. Feel free to correct me if I'm wrong on that. This is Mike Oldfield. This record was released in 1974. The bookends of this album were Tubular Bells and Omadon. So the 3 of them together, 1973, 4, and 5, for this wonderful trio of albums. This one I never had up until this point. I'd seen it a couple of times before, but really never in nice shape. This one in particularly nice shape, still in the shrink wrap. Typically I'm not a shrink wrap fan, but the fact that it still had the shrink on it, of course, keeps the jacket protected well. It was in great shape, and it only cost me $7.50. So for Mike's first 3 releases, this was great to add to the collection. Canadian pressing on Virgin label. I love that label. Next is the only Studio Beetle album that I didn't have on LP, soundtrack actually, but this is Help, of course, released in 1965. Gatefold jacket. Nice shape. These were all in nice shape. This is a stereo Canadian reissue from 1972, and this is on the orange Capitol label. Only the second album that I have from these guys, Texas band. Hard rock, maybe a little bit of blues mixed in, I guess, as well. Blood Rock 2, up until this point, was the only album of theirs that I have. Now added Blood Rock 3 to the collection. This is a nice shape. You can see there's a little bit of water damage here. This record also had the shrink wrap on it. I took it off because it was starting to tear, but right up until the edge here, you can see maybe a little discoloration there. The rest of the jacket was in really nice shape. You can see there's just a seam here along the edge of yellow. That's sort of where the shrink wrap had peeled back, and it Probably got a little bit of water or moisture damage there, but other than that, for a white jacket, this is in really nice shape. I haven't listened to this yet. Well, I haven't listened to the LP yet. I've listened to the album, and I probably like it a little bit better than Blood Rock 2. This is a, I was going to say it's a Canadian pressing, but it's actually not. It's an American pressing on the purple capital Target label. Debut from Badfinger, Magic Christian Music. The big one on here, of course, is Come and Get It, Side 1, Track 1. A song that was written and produced by Paul McCartney. And this was on the, is on the Green Apple label. My first album from this artist, it's a jazz album, released in 1963. This is an American 1973 stereo reissue. I've been slowly getting into jazz over the last few years, and this album is one of the albums that is known as one of the best jazz guitarist records, and this is Kenny Burrell's Midnight Blue. And as you can see from the jacket, it's a little worn, which is just fine with me. My first Burrell album. And this is on, as I say, this is a 1973 reissue on what they call the All Black B Blue Note label. Really nice shape of an album. So there you go. 6 from the last weekend. I hope you enjoyed that. Thanks for watching, everybody. Take care. We'll see you next time. Bye for now.